Welcome back to another Lemmings Level Editor update video. We've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to try and be as quick and as sharp as I can with this one. We're starting off here with the Master System Editor. We've got a couple of changes from the last version. The first thing is down here, we now have a palette option, so you can change your in-game palette. Now that is global for every single level in the game, but you do have the option to change it if you want to recolor your game. Now if we go over to the Community tab, you can see we now have all of my Mega Drive recreation levels, barring Out Away from the Tune because that is a custom tile set. But all the rest are in there, all unlocked as well. That means you can edit them as much as you like. They're all there, ready for you to use in your ROM hack to mess about with, to play with, do whatever the heck you like with them. But there are 99 levels. These won't show up in the main Community tab. You do have to click on the Genesis Recreation button, but then you get all 99 of those available for you to mess with however the heck you like. Let's now move on to the Mega Drive editor. The first thing I want to show you is we now have playtesting in this version. I said I wasn't going to do it, I lied. I got inspired to do it, so now you can playtest with a faithful recreation of the Mega Drive port. All the music, all the sound effects, all the everything is in. There is also a bug fix to the stock Mega Drive version of the game, because in the original Mega Drive version of the game, if you had a single Lemming level, the level would immediately end, but that is not the case now. I've gone in and I've fixed the code for that. So that is the first thing in the Mega Drive version. The next thing I want to show you is going to be from a LVL file, because LVL files are now compatible. So if I drag in, let's drag in, should have thought about which level I wanted to show off. Let's drag in this one and we'll see how this is. I'm going to click on Oh No More Lemmings and we can start condensing our level, because two things here. First of all, LVL files are mostly compatible. There are some little things like still that will need tweaking, but for the most part you get the terrain and you get the objects in roughly the right place, and also you get the Oh No More Lemmings tile sets. If we click on tile sets now, we have a grand total of 12 tile sets for you to use. We've got the original 5 from the Genesis version. We've got the Sega tile set, or a close approximation, from the Master System version. The 4 Oh No More Lemmings styles. We've got the Beach style from Lemmings 2, and we've got the Christmas style from Holiday Lemmings. So those are your styles. Bit of an update to the select tool as well now. You can select terrain, objects and still all at once, and then you can highlight everything and then try dragging it over. Sometimes the objects can be a little bit iffy, but for the most part it does work fairly well, and it isn't too bad to then move the objects. It all depends on whether things are properly aligned to the grid, and quite often in these imports they're not properly aligned to the grid, but it's very, very, very easy to just get everything over to where it should be. I think that's how the level looked. I have got to be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to it. And then we can just hit all these still blocks and we shall do a very quick fix, or at least the best we can under the time pressure. Middle click, by the way, on any object or steel will duplicate it. The same with terrain, actually. And that does mean that if you've got several bits of the same shape, you don't have to faff about too much. We click Playtest on this, and then you can see the camera's off screen, but we do have the level all complete. So, yep, Oh No More Lemmings is now in the Mega Drive version. Something else to note is the camera now shows you the exact view where you start. So if you press C, you will get a much better idea of where your level will start in view. So that pretty much covers that for the Mega Drive version. Let's now move on to the SNES version, because yes, there is now a SNES level editor. This uses SLM files. We've got MLM for Master System, we've got GLM for Genesis, and we've got SLM for SNES, Super Nintendo, SNES, Famicom, whatever you want to call it. And this works exactly the same way as the Mega Drive level. In fact, it is virtually identical. Let's bring that in to global here, and we can see, yep, that definitely looks like the SNES version. Much like with the Mega Drive version, we do have a full playtest engine, and it is mostly working faithfully. Still a couple of bugs to iron out on both of these playtest engines, but I'm very, very happy with how much progress has already been made on these. You don't have to playtest, by the way, for community sharing at the moment until I'm 100% confident with both of the playtest engines. We do have community levels on both the Mega Drive and the SNES version, and much like the Mega Drive, you can bring in any LVL files you have, and much like the Mega Drive as well, you will see that these are compatible with both LVL, with both Oh No More Lemmings and classic styles, as well as the Christmas styles. So if I drag in Frost 08 and click Holiday Lemmings 94, you can see that we now have the Holiday Lemmings 94 map with most of the objects intact. Some of them are still being awkward. They'll be awkward until the end of time. So much like on the Mega Drive version, we do have our 12 different tileset styles for you to use, and they are all working very, very nicely, even if I do say so myself. One of the big things, by the way, about having LVL compatibility means that now you can go and drag in some of those Amiga budget levels, such as It's Not Over Till It's Over. That was a marble brick style level. And yeah, that has now got that on the SNES. So if you've got any old LVL files lying around, you can use the editor with them as well. Now, you can also use SLM files on the Mega Drive version and GLM files on the SNES version. They are compatible with each other. They talk to each other. If you're taking a level from the SNES to the Mega Drive, you will have to condense it if it's very wide. If it's narrow, you probably don't have to condense it, but then why not just make it on the Mega Drive version first? That's what I would do anyway. And then the last thing I want to say is we have now moved hosting. If you were experiencing any errors, don't worry, those have now been resolved. Hosting's been changed. Everything is much more stable and secure. You can access the editors at lemmingseditor.trainersquidgy.com. That is where you can get all three of your editors. Much like the Mega Drive version, the SNES uses an SLM key. That'll get you in. No details stored. We have one single cookie per editor, and that is just to say, yep, your key belongs to you, and it's not used for anything else. So it'd be a pleasure to see any of the levels you want to make, any of the levels you want to share. I will say now thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you very soon.